As a wise woman once said, these hoes so phony, I gotta looking at them motherfucking sideways. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Wits The Goss. This show is 110% Scottish, so if you think we're talking too fast, then make sure to slow it down with the playback speed button on whatever platform you're listening on. And last but not least, there's definitely offensive language featured, so if you're a minor or a pussy, switch off now. If you don't know who I am by now, bitch, it's Bebe Amadeus, and you know I'm here, and I'm queer, and I'm joined by my sister, Oceanlea. Hi, sister.
Hi, sister.
I feel like, see, because the way we done the podcast last week, I feel like, literally, I've been saying it to you all day anyway, I feel like we've like no filmed in ages. But it's only been like
it's because we filmed a
4
couple
days
episodes
or
or
5
something
days.
last time.
But we're in the routine like every second day we're filming, but then we kind of like done a bulk filming. We're trying to get into that vibe.
Trying to
make it
be
easier.
girls who are on top of shit, even though the goss has to be fresh, so we can't be too on top of shit.
It's a whole lot of shit, and we just keep on twisting it up. Like, I don't know, we just keep on kind of switching it up in it and making sure it's this, make sure it's that. But anyway, we're back this week with another fucking episode with the fucking goss. What the fuck? How you been feeling this week? You're right.
Yeah, well, obviously I applied for my visa last week, so that was like a big deal. And then there's been like this little come down period after it. Like, I feel like I've spent so long thinking about it, so long saving for it, so long talking about it.
Yeah.
And then you just pay for it and it's done. And I'm like, what
It's a bit
the
of a come
fuck am
down,
I-
innit?
Yeah, it's a wee bit of a come down.
If you've never done a visa, guys, it is actually a bit of come down, because once you actually apply for it, or like you're working with your agent or whatever, if you're doing it yourself, whatever the shit is, you literally just don't hear back for them for like ages. So
Yeah, it can literally take up to 3 years to hear back in total to get the final visa. 3 years.
brutal. Do you like my hair today, by the way?
It's very random with a clip at the back, but it looks nice for the front.
Do you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I look like little Bo Peep who lost her sheep? Because I
You're
don't
not
know,
gonna
now that
fix
I'm
it?
sitting here on the camera, do you think so? I mean, I can just leave it like this. It is what it is, girls. It's one of the days. Well, I keep on saying this. It's one of the days. Every fucking episode I say, I need to wash my hair. But like, I'm not being funny. Like,
You really wash your hair by yourself. Shut up.
well, it's not even that. I do actually wash it every time by myself. Like, I only wash it like maybe once a week. I want to keep these extensions good. Apart from, can you see that? Look, there's like some dirt or shit in it. Look.
Oh, yikes.
So I'm going to deal with that when I go in the shower and wash it. But it is
Yeah,
what
that
it
is
is. Nobody
actually a
judge me.
little
This
bit
is a safe space for the girls, the girly gossip. There probably is guys watching this, but the guys don't give a fuck about the hair in it, really. But I just don't really know what I was doing today, but it was just stinking, needed a wash. I was like, I think I'm just going to try something new. But
And
do
by
you think
try something new, I mean put lots of dry shampoo in it and hope no one notices.
No, well, I thought I've done something new, but I've done this.
Well, you have done something new, but would you do it again?
Oceanlea, shut the fuck up.
I like
Do you
your
think
hair.
it looks alright?
I like your hair. You just said 2 seconds ago you didn't like it though. I think it looks
I
nice.
didn't say I didn't like it. I was asking you. I said I just might look like little Bo Peep who lost
Oh,
her
I
sheep.
thought that
mate.
meant you
never
didn't
said-
like it.
I never said I didn't like it. I just said I
I
might
like
look
your
like
hair.
Beep.
I said like
who
your hair
lost her
before.
sheep. Anyway, the first bits of drama, right, we've got, and I kind of feel bad, but you know, this is what's the gossip. We're here to gossip, right? So condolences to any cunt we're gossiping about.
Condolences, many
R.I.P. to
condolences.
you guys. Not R.I.P. to you, but like rest in peace to the gossip that we're about to fucking speak about.
Yeah, we never
Anyway.
actually speak about freshly dead people, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, when we
that
say
big.
rip, we don't mean literally.
Rip. Anyway, what we're talking about is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. No, not Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Real Housewives
Salt
of
Lake
Miami.
City.
No, I'm going with Miami first.
Oh,
I've got a
okay,
few bits
okay.
of gossip. I've
Oh,
got, that's
okay.
what I'm saying. There's in the franchise of Real Housewives, we've got some updates this week on what the fuck is happening. So my gals and my gays who are watching that love the Housewives just like us, this has been happening. Alexia from Miami, her husband has filed for divorce. So I'll just quickly read the headline. Just says Real Housewives of Miami star Alexia Nepolis husband Todd files for divorce. And basically I didn't screenshot it, but I did see on her story she'd basically said, I'm devastated to basically the news is out there that Todd is finally deciding to dissolve her marriage. And I was like, oh God. So I'm just kind of fuck, because those
You
last
can tell
two
she's not taking it great if she's used the word dissolve.
not
even like
that's quite
she's
that's a
dodging divorce. She's at that stage, I think.
dissolve our marriage, and then it's just oh fuck, because the last 2 seasons, well obviously we've just seen her get married to him in not last season but the season before,
Yeah.
but obviously she had to postpone her wedding because her mum died.
Yeah, and then last season was a bit weird anyway. So
But then
maybe
she would every opportunity she was going, me and my husband are good. Me and my husband are great. Like there's nothing going on with me and my husband. This, that, next thing. And then obviously, what were you going to say about the house? Were you going to say about her
well,
having
I
to
was
move
going
out?
to say about the house. It was weird that she had to move out. I think sometimes when you talk that much about you being good, that you're maybe just not good. And also, see, when you think about the fact it's probably only 2 years ago they got married. It got delayed after her mum died. Do you reckon he's probably felt like that pretty much since they've got married and felt that bad about her mum dying that he's
Oceanlea, no, because I
cancelled
thought
what
the
he
same
felt?
thing. No, because I thought the same thing. And listen, we love Alexia. Like, there's no hate to
that's
here.
not
We're
that
just
long
gossiping
to-
here. This is
yeah.
just friendly gossip. But
Friendly gossip. Sorry, we're
What-
talking about your marriage. We don't know you.
really,
Friendly gossip.
listen, if it goes down in my fucking marriage or whatever, like, you let me know. Like, you can, like, talk about me. It's cool. But the thing is, I thought that too. Like, has he been thinking this for a long time because they postponed it and it was a good maybe 6 months to a year and they ended up just doing it themselves. But before that, there was always still problems we were seeing in Miami and all that, but it didn't seem too deep at the
Can
time.
you
But
Google
now,
what year they got married? Because it's
got
obviously
married
kind of
in
confusing.
in
with-
2022, I'm 100%.
Right, okay, so we're literally the first half of 2024. So you're saying that if you've been married that long ago, I don't think that maybe he's necessarily, by the time they've got to signing papers being married, I don't know if he's necessarily wanted to.
No.
And then, but it's on TV. She's just went through such a hard time. He probably does obviously want to support her through that, even
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to get married.
Aye.
But in that point, it just kind of feels like his hands are tied. I'll just get married and we'll get divorced in a year.
Well, that's it, innit? It's kind of like, oh shit, man. And I feel bad because
So why is it? So he doesn't live with him.
no, he does. So, well,
Because I'd never see him.
but the thing is, it was kind of confusing that he neither of. I just kind of found it funny that they both of them are very wealthy, and it's none of my business like what you want to spend if you want to buy your rent and all that. But I just found it a bit odd that he's in real estate.
And doesn't
He
own
literally does real estate. That's his whole business, and he doesn't own a house.
any house. Not even like.
I just don't get that. Like, I don't know if he owns other properties or outside, but I just don't really see why he wouldn't have a set property that was his in Miami. If he's had a real estate company for years, I just have never met somebody that's owned a real estate company for years that rents.
Yeah.
I've never.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah, that's at least in the position to obviously buy it. It's a bit
and I
weird.
get it if he's maybe and he's young, but this guy's in his mid-40s, probably 50s or some shit. He's
And
an
then
older man.
They've then been looking, when they were looking for that they ended up in the new apartment. It was a bit like there was definitely some
touch
sort
and
of
go.
financial restraints
Issues.
on finding an apartment.
But why at that point was it not like, I don't really want to go through this all again, moving all our stuff. Why do we not just find a house just now to buy?
But that apartment wasn't for him to live in with them, was it? He was not in any part of that when we were watching it on the TV.
He did stay there. Yeah, he did live there.
Did he?
Yeah, it just was not really shown. She didn't. But that's what I'm saying.
It's
This
weird
is
as
funny.
shit though. Like,
There was not much. See, there is certain housewives that will really go into it with their marriage, and like sometimes they're really secure. Like, see, for instance, like Lisa Vanderpump, her husband is a massive like character almost, and her whole facade of being a brand of part of the Real Housewives. Like, her husband's not like that. Do you know what I mean? Her kids are obviously like her, and her kids are like that's what she's always. So we just don't know. We just don't know. So that's what's happening with her. We still don't know actually who's coming back for the next season. Actually, I've not heard any news about that. Who's actually casted for the next season of that? But what I do know is, I don't know if I told you this, but Crystal is not coming back officially for the next season of Beverly Hills.
oh, I didn't think she would be.
Yeah.
Did you think she would be?
No, I mean, I honestly don't know where they were going with that. To
I'm
be
not
honest,
sure
I
at
hope they
all.
bring back Lisa Rinna. Oh,
Yeah.
I hope they bring back her. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. She's fucking chaos. And listen, it's a fucking TV show. I don't want to hear it. I don't like.
We're signing up for TV.
I'm signing up for chaos. I'm signing up for drama. I'm signing up for medium levels of toxicity that all the adults can officially handle. They're rich enough to get therapy. Let's move on from it. We get a big fat. It's like toxic to a level of right. It's really toxic, but also like I got paid a fat check. Do you know what I mean? Like, if
we
it was
all
too
have-
toxic and the check wasn't worth it, then it's like fair dues. But I can handle a bit of toxicity in a reality show if there's a fat check going around 100%. I'll be, do you know what I mean? Don't see if you all see me on a reality show like doing that type of thing. Don't take my personality on there because I'll be a different person. I'll be playing whoever
You'll
they
be
want me to
playing
play.
for TV. Is that what you're saying?
No, but I think that's always why I never got put in like the shows that I went to before, because every time I'd be like, I know you all have the background. Like, I know you producers. I know what yous are like. Yous are going to cast certain people to play certain parts in this reality show that's real life. I'll play whoever you want me to be. Who do you want me to be? Because he'd be like, who are you? And I'd be like, who are me? Who am I? Who are you?
What,
Would you
you're a
want me to
mad
be? Babe?
chameleon?
I'll be who the fuck you want me to be.
No fucking bother, you mad owl.
I know. Yeah, well, I said, well, babes, I'm dominatrix sometimes. I'm a submissive sometimes. My personality's all over the place. Well, I don't know what I'm going to wake up one day and be. I couldn't tell you.
No, I know, but to be fair, sometimes though, that's the only thing. If you're constantly just melting to whatever thing they're going to be, I think sometimes that means your career lives and dies on that, like that reality show.
Yep.
Because if you get portrayed to be somebody that's like hard to be around, this and that, like you might not get work in that.
Yeah.
But I think you're funny enough that you could carry your own in these TV shows without being just a melt to the producers. I think you'd just be a good
true,
laugh.
to be honest, because that is true. Like, I think there's a certain aspect of it that's like 100% I could do this out, but if we're filming for weeks, then there's only so much I'm going to be able to act if I just start being myself and then just being goofy.
Because take Monica, see if she was hired to do that whole what the fuck's that show, reality Vonties?
Yeah.
If she was hired to play that whole character, well, now she just looks like a bit of an arse after that whole season.
Exactly.
So really, do you want to be that? Do you want to just be the producer's person? Or do you want to somehow be like yourself but understand the game a wee bit still?
Exactly.
Yeah, just play it up. Make sure you get your own airtime, basically.
I know. Real Housewives of Melbourne, I'm pretty sure that's coming back soon.
I've
Real
never
Housewives-
watched that.
That's quite good, by the way. That's actually a good one. Real House of Sydney, obviously, I pure
Maybe
love that
we
one.
should do a reaction.
I want Caroline from Real Housewives of Sydney. She like always is in the Gold Coast. She always comes back here and all that because she's from here. Like, I've spoke to her a few times on the DMs and that, 'cause I was just like, babe, I love you. You're iconic and all that. So like, really, I might just like also reach out to her and be like, Caroline, please come on the podcast.
Do you know what's so funny? I need to tell the podcast. I won't mention who, but it's so funny.
No, you can totally tell them this is hilarious, guys. I emailed Brittany Broski. Oceanlea's trying to like as if she's mortified. I'm not mortified. I know she's probably not going to email me back, but I don't give a fuck. I will still send that email. I will still click
I just
send.
thought it was so funny because I was on the computer earlier and I was in our sent emails because I had to find something, and it just said, "Oh, I'm laughing so much." It basically just said, "Hiya, if it's in Australia or if it's in the UK, I'm there. You name it, I'll be there. Let's do a podcast together,
I
please."
just basically said, you love. She always talks about Scottish and Irish people and all that. That she always talks about that on her show. We're Scottish. Can you hear that dog snoring?
No, not in the headphones.
Sure.
Yeah, I promise I can't hear him.
The dog is snoring like a motherfucker down
He's
a big
just such
sausage.
a sleepy boy.
Yeah, back
But
to Brittany
anyway,
Broski.
back to Brittany Broski. So I just texted B because she was at the gym and I was still working. I was pissing myself after this because it does not surprise me that she's emailed Brittany Broski. Like, it does not surprise me at all. And she just replied saying, "You could not paint me red. I want her on the podcast."
I don't care. And that's the thing, like at one point it'll pop up and I'll meet her. Delusion. And then I'll meet her, we'll be friends, and then she'll be like thinking, but she loves Scottish people, she loves Irish people and all that. So I thought, well, I don't think I've ever seen her on a Scottish podcast. I didn't really look that hard to find, but I don't think she has been. So I said, bitch, we should do it together.
If you want to do it, I'm there.
Well, I just think we should do it together and all that. But then actually, but I still love her and all that, still love her and all that. No, she'd know that. But
That's one of the podcasts that
but
we
then I
actually
just
watch.
don't know. She probably actually would come on the podcast because then I seen that Tanya Mojo basically said that her and there was like obviously they were talking about this in like the last few episodes of Tana's been on so many podcast episodes. I don't even
Tana
know.
is in a
She
world
just-
tour of podcasts. She does
literally-
not stop. The hustle
But
doesn't
she basically
stop.
said that she really loves Brittany, obviously, and they have like partied together. They've had pure good times together and all that. And she said, obviously, she thought they were really cool and all that. And she obviously messaged her to ask her to come on the podcast. And Brittany, what was it she said? Was like basically like, I would love to, but like my fans would eat me alive if I went on cancels or something like that. Like basically just like degrading her, like basically like I can't be like associated with you, like and like full doing a video and all that. It's kind of shitty.
That's kind of shady.
Because like Tana's problematic and all that, and like I know like and this is like delusion, but I know I'm not obviously Tana Mojo or anything like that, but like all the stories that Tana Mojo's talking about, like I've done worse than that. Do you know what I mean? Like so, like if we're going to talk about judging people and all that, like I just hope she's not a judgy person. Like, I'm not going to say she is, but all that I just kind of hope she's not because. I mean, I've got some like, I just kind of am sad because I'm like, oh no, because I love her personality and all that, and I like really hope she's actually still cool. Maybe that was just a little fuck up. I don't know. Maybe fame got to head a
But
little
it's
bit
not
that day.
even that. I don't even think it's anything to do with trying to act like famous or anything. I think it's probably just a brand thing. Like, I think in her head, she thinks the bigger brand thing when it is, but I don't actually think Tana Mojo has a bad image these days. Surely no one's
Well,
taking
now
this whole
it's
shit
obviously came to
serious.
TikTok and came to the audience, actually, all her fans and their fans and all that, talking about it and all that. It's basically like, she's basically like, obviously they're all the fans are saying like, oh my god, I would love this, Joe, and all that. Like, I'm
Yeah,
a
of
fan
course
of
we
both
would,
podcasts
yeah.
and all that. So just is kind of a bit like, oh shit. And I don't really know. I don't think Brittany will talk about it. I think she'll probably just ignore it and move on.
I think it feels a little bit shit as well just to even say that to someone. Like,
Because obviously she's super goofy and like so super like, I'm going to call her weird, but like I'm weird, like in a good way weird. But like I hope that's not like a kind of act, because she is really smart too and she's been to uni and all that too. And like I kind of act goofy and silly and that sometimes, because like even though I am smart and can put on the smartness, like I'm a bit dumb sometimes too. Like it's not an act. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like,
I don't think
oh,
it will
shit.
be. I don't know. Like, I
no
think,
drama, no beef to her, come on the podcast. Love you. I sent her an email, but love you. Would love you to come on and give us the exclusive what happened with Tanya. I don't give a fuck.
But no, I'd say that she's definitely one of the podcasts we watch. We probably watch Tana, Brittany, and Trish. I think that's probably the three that we watch together. And then beyond that, we've got separate likes when it comes to podcasts, innit?
Yeah, literally. And then also,
Because obviously I watch like football ones, true crime ones, all that kind of stuff. And
I know,
then
but we always be different. Remember, I used to, oh my god, guys, I used to love, remember when we were growing up, did you love them too? I can't remember, but I loved watching people's what I got for Christmas videos, like for like, I'm not even joking, I don't know who else. Shout out to the girls who were like, if you know, you
I
know.
don't know why you had an obsession about these videos.
Well, and not just them specifically, I loved them. I loved watching people's room tours when they would show you like their fucking, like, I would love it when they would just show you their big massive gaffs and all that. And obviously, like,
Big massive gaps.
I'm not even saying like, obviously, like, do you know what I mean? Grateful the way we grew up and things like that. Love my mum and love that, all that shit and all that. Regardless of that,
But we're
these
talking
cunts were living a
YouTube
different
gaffs.
life. These are
Yeah,
YouTube,
YouTube gaffs.
different life. New to know, actually, do you know that half of those fucking room tours and all that were the ones that had millions of followers were actually fake houses.
What?
So like, do you know that Gabby and Nikki, the two girls that were like Gabby and Nikki, like the twins that were like the YouTube twins that like grew up? Do you remember them too?
Nah, I don't think I watched him.
Like
What do you
pure
mean fake
American.
gaffs?
Like, so see, like all those American YouTubers and things like that.
But I feel like YouTube in America and UK YouTube are
Well,
two
a
different
lot-
things.
So when we grew up, I loved all these things. I watched all those videos. Loved watching the Sephora hauls and all that. Man, see, we used to watch them and they'd like, it wasn't normal. Like they'd fucking go and spend like 10 grand and I just watch it. Like Aussie. That's why I love Trisha Paytas so much, because she was on the next level. She'd be like uploading a 2-hour unedited video of her doing a fucking shopping haul that she'd actually been on fucking Xanax and all that. Like, loved that. But then I also loved like the clean girl aesthetic American girls. But yeah, they had fake houses. So not all the time, but the ones that were really fucking popping it with the cash, like, and see the ones you'd go, how the fuck is their room so perfect and all that? And you'd be like,
Aye.
how do they keep it so? The ones that were popping off would literally rent out other houses that
Like
were so
Airbnbs, basically.
no, like rent out another house. Like they'd have another lease for they'd have two lease houses and one would be their filming house. So it's obviously a lot of the time now, like people like Bunny Jelly Roll, that people that I've showed you on TikTok, the country singer, his wife, she has a podcast and she has like she just recently got like a content house obviously and has like different rooms. All the rooms are just like different studios obviously for the podcast, but these chicks actually had fucking a full house set up to have like the most perfect living room, like everything looking like a fucking dollhouse basically in real life.
So that basically they could live their normal life and then have this perfect
yeah,
doll's house.
just to go and then film at those houses. So Nikki and Gabby were one of them. They would happen to loads of them. So the girls who
when
get
did you
it,
find
get it. So
this
everybody's
out?
watching it. I seen it in a fucking Nikki or Gabby. One of them, one of these girls were basically talking about it on TikTok. I just
they
seen
told-
fucking
they
clips.
told everyone?
They were telling everyone basically like, oh my god, guys, this is how the standards changed. And they were talking about like how years ago this is how what they used to do, and now like you wouldn't do that anymore because people want to see like rooms that are like fucking messy and shit.
That's
But like
so
that's probably
bizarre.
I think that's when we were tripping my brains out because like I could not do that. Like be like see some like videos and I'm no judging, but see some videos I see on TikTok and all that, and like you see it in the full rooms a fucking riot and all that in the
I
background.
just couldn't.
I could not do that. And it's no judging them because I'm like my room definitely does look like that sometimes, but I wouldn't it be I couldn't film like that.
No,
but
and
these
our
people
mum would
nobody's giving.
tell you to delete it.
Oh no, my mum would tell me like get that fucking deleted right
Delete
now,
that
and tidy
right
your
now
room.
and tidy your room.
But these people are getting millions of views and all that, not giving a fuck because nobody actually really gives a fuck. Like it's your room, what the fuck do I care? Do you know what I mean? So
And then
but
even then,
back
the worst
in the
that's
day, it
going
was
to
like
happen
that. So
is people just comment on it.
Yeah.
Like going, your room's a fucking state. And then even then, it's just mere engagement, innit?
no, literally.
Right, anyway, back in the day.
No, but back in the day, isn't that crazy? But to think,
What I want to know is, when you were watching all these room tours and all that, was it, and what I got for Christmas, was it always girls? Like, was it always girls or was it like guys ever?
just
Always
the queers.
girls. Yeah.
I just
that's
went
the
through a
thing.
phase. I loved them with the Bath and Body Works and all that.
But maybe that was all it. Maybe
did
it's just
you?
because of the fact that you grew up in a boy's bedroom and you were like, oh my God, give me a girl's bedroom, give me a girl's Christmas, give me all
Oh
that.
yeah, shit. But I got the girls' Christmases. Like I used to get Bratz dogs. No, that there wasn't. I could get what.
I
what mean?
know, realistically.
But I definitely
maybe
didn't have a
not-
girl's room.
Yeah, and maybe not the full time you got that. It took like a while for everyone to click on, like, oh yeah, right, she's definitely not going to play with these blatantly boys'
No,
toys.
I literally had. I can remember from like 3-4 years old. Like,
Did you?
I just used to get Barbie dolls and Bratz dolls
Fair
and all that.
enough. I thought it was later than that in my head.
No,
for
I'd get
some
action
reason.
men too. I liked all of them.
I loved all of them. I love the guys.
Stripping the guys off like, ooh.
Your wee boyfriend to go to bed with at night.
I know. How weird. I think every kid done that anyway. Who was your favourite YouTubers when you were younger? Oh, you loved that. Look, what's that guy called? Who did you love?
Actually, I don't know. It's actually kind of hard to try and remember. There'll be a few of them that we watched together. I think I remember the first ever big YouTuber that I remember getting shown and realising that YouTube was like an actual thing that people did rather than just being like
Aye, like just a hobby.
in my head when YouTube first started, it was like, what's that show that's on back home and you get £200 if you get in a video and funny things happen?
You've been framed.
You've been framed. So in my head, YouTube was an online You'd Been Framed. I never really knew what it was, right? And then do you remember Ray William Johnson?
Oh, kind of. I do
He
remember
done,
the name.
I think he done.
What did they do? Was he tech?
No, I think it was comedy or like maybe news, and it was like the same era as like Philip DeFranco and stuff.
Yeah.
So our cousin, when we were at Grand's house, showed us Ray William Johnson, and I was like, oh wait, this is the guy that uploads this every week. Like this is his own show kind of thing. But I never really watched him. And then I remember growing up, I used to watch loads of technology videos. I used to watch
Unbox Therapy, legend. I used to.
Legend of one of them. But then I don't even really I never really watched his all the time past that. I think probably one of the best ones is MKBHD. With Marquez Brownlee, he does loads of tech videos and stuff, and that was
him.
one that I watched growing up like all the time. And then I used to watch, because I used to love reading, I would watch loads of book talk, that's like TikTok version,
Yeah.
but like book YouTube videos, I would watch them.
Oh my god, remember the girl we were obsessed with? What was her name again?
There's so many random ones.
What was the American girl? And she had the curly hair and the glasses and all that, and she used to read all the books, and we were obsessed with her, but she used to go and get hauls of like oh my god, she was.
I don't
do you remember her?
No, there's
But do you
so
remember
many
Jingle
random
Heart
ones.
Art? Oh
She
my
was
god,
so random.
I wonder what she's doing. We're like
Type that name into Instagram and see if that username's even getting. She even uses that. So this is what I mean. I wouldn't
Jingle
even.
Heart Art. The
I
girls
would
who
not
remember.
even have remembered that. Like she just literally used to just like make videos about.
Oh my
her
god,
life.
she still goes. Oh my god, I still follow her.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
Oh my
And she would do
God.
art videos and stuff as well. I remembered that.
Holy shit, she does not look any different.
That is hilarious.
She was the first person that used to dye my hair different colours and all that, and she was the first person that used to do it. But I loved watching literally all the UK YouTubers.
Yeah,
Joey
so all the-
Josefa. Joey Josefa, he's American.
He's American, but all the and then all these
Zoella.
ones you're about to name. I didn't like Zoella, but I did like a lot of the other ones.
Alfie.
Yeah, and then
they're
I
still
liked-
together.
Holy fuck! How
But
long
do you know
have they
how
been
she got
together now?
cancelled? Do you remember how? Do you know how
Too
she
much
got?
of a Tory, man. All of her prices
Oh,
and their
yeah,
products
they
and all
all
that
went
were
out.
awful.
Aye,
But
she
that was
came-
the thing, like
They were trying to say he wasn't a Tory, but they pure were, weren't they?
yeah. See, then when we look at YouTube growing up, it was like the Americans were doing shit that just wasn't even. We'd never seen houses like their houses until they showed us. We'd never seen all this shit until they showed us. So the American ones, like all your classic American ones, like Shane Dawson and Trish and all that kind of stuff, like growing
Yep.
up. We'd watch all that, and then UK wise, it was like, oh, these people are kind of like us, but they're still posh as fuck. Like, I think what Americans and stuff maybe don't realize about a lot of these, like the classic UK YouTubers, is they all had money compared to the average UK person.
Right, listen, this is what I'm fucking talking about, by the way, because that's what I was thinking, right? All these fucking Americans were always talking about Britain and British people and all that.
And they're so
and they were
cute
comparing it to fucking Alfie Deyes, Zoella, all these cunts, right? Tanya Bird, Jim Chapman, they're not even together anymore. He's
Are they not
mad.
together?
No,
He's
they've
married to someone else, is he
for
not?
years. She's with somebody else too. She's like an actress now. She hates being called a YouTuber and all that. She hates
God,
it.
she hates it.
There was scandal came out with her. There was
I hate
gossip.
it.
She hates that. She wants to be known as an actress. All this type of shit and all that. But she came out with a random beauty brand that flopped and all that. Anyway, what I was going to say is, the house that they fucking stayed in, that Tanya and Jim. See, growing up watching them and they bought their house and it's like our house and like married couple and all that. They were staying in a townhouse in London, in the middle of London,
Like
probably like a 20 million, 30 million pound house. Like, not joking. You're
Nah,
like,
I don't think they price like that back home, do they? Nah, I
they
don't
do
think
price like that. Actually, those
they?
houses, those London townhouses, are
Either way,
fucking
they're mental.
They're over $10 million. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah.
Where they stayed, the
And
area,
even-
everything.
And
They're made
even
all
like,
fucking
so
YouTube.
I loved like Ben Brown, I loved Fun for Louie and all them. But then you're looking at it and going, you think, see, like the cut. I remember Ben brought this Land Rover Defender, and I thought, oh, Land Rover Defender, that looks so old and like cool, but wouldn't cost a lot of money. Still like $100,000 car. All these people, they all stay in the south of England, which is noticeably
Imagine the
more
council
expensive.
tax.
Yeah, noticeably more expensive than anywhere else. Like, so it's so funny looking back at it now that we looked at them as being more like us when really they were nothing like us.
They were nothing
I'd
like
say
us.
the people that kind of somewhat resembled. Do you remember Jake Boys? So Jake Boys, he used to go with Emily Canham. Do you remember Emily Canham? And she
God,
goes with somebody
yeah.
from like McFly or something now, I think.
Yeah, so she does.
So even like someone like them, I think
I thought
Jake
they were
looked,
relatable
Jake
too,
looked
pure
more
not.
normal, but then really they're not, because they still stay in an apartment in the middle of London and they're 18. Like, this isn't.
They were making bank back then.
Yeah.
And see, to think about it, right? See, now with influencers these days and all that, they are actually doing a lot of different things. They're fucking doing podcasts, they're doing ads, TikTok, you name it, they're fucking doing it. Back then, all these people were doing was literally making a vlog, doing fuck all.
Apart
and
from
posting it.
spending loads of money that they already
Apart from
had.
spending loads of money that they already had.
Yeah.
It wasn't until years and years later when obviously they realised that this influencer lifestyle wasn't going to last, is when obviously agents, managers, all that started thinking, right, we need to branch out. And that's when people like Zoella, like the first type of people, when Tanya done Tanya Burr Cosmetics. I literally went all the way down to fucking York in England, and all I could think about was, fuck the trip to York. All I could think
Fuck the
about was
trip to
the
York.
super drug they are stocked her lip glosses, which were literally like water with a stain eye orange or pink in it. And I got the ugly shade. There's only one left. I got it. I'm like, ooh. And I used to every day it was fucking ugly.
Yeah,
but
because
it was
you
good.
had it.
But it was just so mental to
But then
think.
even then, do you remember like
We used to watch
Alfie
older
Deyes
vlogs.
done the books that were horrendous. Zoella done the advent calendars.
That's
that
how
were
she
a
got her first
fortune.
scandal, was her book, because she spoke about it for years. So she'd always wanted to write a book.
And
She
it
always
was
did.
ghostwriter?
And it was, she fully didn't write it. She like wasn't even ghostwriter to me. Like, she did not write that fucking book. She literally basically was like, oh, I like this book, let's just put my name on it type of shit. It was like white labeling a
Kind
book.
of like the whole Jojo Siwa song thing. How Jojo Siwa's songs are all
Well,
coming
right
out.
now she's talking about all that too, isn't she? But
Because none of her songs are her songs.
and then what I was saying to you the other day as well, Tyler Oakley, what the fuck happened to him? I met Tyler Oakley years ago.
Yeah.
At a fucking
Oh, I used to love
meet and greet.
what was Grace and Memory Hart? No, Hannah Hart. What was her name's? Grace.
Saving Grace.
Grace
no,
Helbig.
not Saving Grace. Grace Helbig. No, but she just beat cancer.
She's got cancer. I know.
No,
that's
did
brilliant.
she not just beat it?
Oh, she might have.
I think she just beat it. If she's not, we're
Yay.
hoping out for you, babe. Love you so much.
But they did a movie and everything. It was-
Loved them, but they were actually good because they were like more like actually directing and all that. But did you ever remember what happened to our YouTube channel and all that back in the day?
No.
So she remember she had the big channel and it was called like Hey Grace or whatever the fuck it was called. It was
Yeah.
massive, and then she had to actually completely start a new channel. But it was actually because that she was basically like
Signed to a media company, was it
she
not?
was basically like had a degree in like media entertainment, all that, to be like a news anchor, that type of person, like a journalist, entertainer type of person. So that's how she actually started that channel, was doing these things, creating these common skits, but it was actually behind same type of shit. She had us fooled like a motherfucker that she was just a normal chick, goofy ass bitch that was making videos, but it wasn't. It was all strategically planned like that because it was a bigger business behind it from the get-go.
But I think
These
that was the
people were
thing
latching
with
on, they knew what they were doing.
everyone we were talking about, though. I'm pretty sure everyone was, a lot of them were all signed to the same big agencies.
Yeah.
And then that's why they all went to like Summer in the City. They all did all these things that were
Well,
the
that's
same.
it. There was, now you look at it like we're obviously older and we like people understand social media a lot more and things like that, understand business and social media a lot more. It was really just this whole strategy of having like this hub of a lifestyle like this, right? With the UK influencers, especially with that group of people, all the Tories, no, not Tories, definitely Tories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
with
am
them-
not a
it was
Tory.
they were all doing the same shit most of the time, if not most of the time. It was either these people hanging out with these people. At some point, all these groups were then mingling and all that. They were all doing the same fucking thing, and us as viewers were just watching it from 6 or 7 different perspectives. So then it's kind of like pick your favorite character in the movie, because
it's like watching Friends but in real life.
well, it is, because before you know it, fucking Zoella Monday night, she would have her vlog going up. Alfie had his going up Tuesday. Everything, or like it was everything, because they all had the same management, so everything was all equally, so that us as those kids were just literally coming home from school and all we had was to watch was all these people, because it was so there and literally calculated to be there.
Can't
which
even
to
remember
us as
half the
kids,
other
we just
people used to
enjoyed
watch
it. That Fun for Louis, remember him?
Yep.
Who
I
else
loved
was
Fun
there?
for Louis.
He's actually good. He was good as well. But then there was also, I don't know if he's ever remember, there was like the videos that used to go pure viral on YouTube for years, and we all had filled as well with a guy, and it was like we all thought that it was just like the 2 guys or whatever that were out in the middle of the forest, and they would build these big massive fucking like massive sculptures and houses and like swimming pools and you name it and all that out of like sand. And I thought that was genuine, like, oh my god, they maybe just like somebody gave them well, that's what it was like, somebody just gave them a camera or something like that, and it was just by chance that they were just really fucking good at this. But it wasn't. There was a full team of people behind it. There was a full team of like fucking 30 people building these structures and then just filming the guy and all that. Had us all fooled. We were all fucking tuning in to see what was going to build next. It wasn't just him building it, mate. It was fucking 40 other thousand people. Scandaloso. And as well, another bit of goss I seen this week is with Miss Gypsy fucking Rose Oceanlea. So obviously, guys, we all know that she came out of the jail. She was in the jail for years. And then what was it you said to me the other day?
Well, basically, obviously she came out of the jail with a husband. So she get married. Ryan. I want to say Ryan Anderson.
Ryan Anderson. No, but then have you seen all the things and all that? He's the double of the mum.
I've never looked at it. Please get it up.
No, I'll pull up the comparison right now. Double of the mum.
Yeah, so basically she's been married to Ryan for 2 years in jail, and she's came out and she's been out of jail for 3 months, and it's been TMZ have reported that they're filed for divorce from each other. I think she's actually putting in a restraining order as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's been hanging about with her ex-man again.
Well, she's back with the ex-man, but the only reason...
Sorry, they're not back together. They're just friends, B.
They're just friends. But Miss Mama's been out. She's on the fucking cigs. She's out there. She's had a nose job.
Yeah, she's had a nose job, and apparently...
And that's Noah's gossiping like Kate Middleton that she actually has had a nose job. Pull up evidence now. This is how with the nose job cast on the lot. But then she says she wants her teeth done. I seen a clip of her wanting her teeth done. She's pure expensive. But I thought, babe, has nobody told her about Turkey? Like, I should ever heard of fucking Turkey.
She's missed the rise of Turkey.
She's missed the peak moments of everybody going to Turkey. And I thought to myself, do you think she can leave the country?
Oh, actually, I wonder if there's any restrictions on that.
Yeah, I wonder. But if she can, they give out brand deals left, right and centre, those Turkey clinics to anybody. She can definitely get a free set of teeth.
Probably.
Imagine the publicity that Turkish blood dentist would get in Turkey.
Gypsy Rose came and get her fixed teeth.
Full gnashers.
I know. Well, basically, she's actually been saying as well about her ex-husband Ryan that he's a bit of a food hoarder. So apparently, the reason for their separation is that he's like a human furnace. So apparently, he's too hot to sleep next to in bed. He snores too much. She likes a cold room when she sleeps. She likes a cold room.
She's used to the cold concrete.
Prison cell.
Well, it would do something to you 10 years. She's thinking, I need rock solid bed and I need cold concrete and I need
this fucking cunt not snoring in my ear. Apparently he snores too much. And he's a food hoarder. So basically the food goes out of date and she's been like chucking it out, but this very much upsets him. Very much. And he basically is cracked up because she's chucked his food away, even though it's stinking to gaff it.
I heard as well that she can't go to sleep unless she has Orange is the New Black on in the background.
Shut up. Are you taking the piss at me?
And she has it in the background, just hears them all talking about it.
Oh my
sends her
God.
straight to sleep. No, but the reason she even got with that guy in the first place was his mate literally, it was a dare to even send her a letter and then he sent a letter back. Well, he sent a letter to her and then he's dared his friend and his friend sent a letter to another murderer who was a female and he never got back to her. Some fucking dare to end up getting married, by the way, too.
I know. And I just think that, see,
That's a
either
dare
way,
gone too far.
why the fuck are you writing to some cunt in prison, like, to try and, like, wife them up? Know what I mean? Like, I know it's not started that way because it was a dare, but See, at the end of the day, I just think at the end of the day, maybe explore friendships and stuff like that when you're in prison. But in Gypsy Rosie's circumstances, like, she is going to come out with a media storm. She is, like, I just think maybe Gypsy needed to not be with somebody.
Probably she's been horny as fuck as well.
I know. I wonder if she's,
Do you get vibrators in the jail?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if she switched teams ever. Where she was in the jail. How old is she? Was she only in the jail for 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years is a long time, but you can get up to quite a fucking lot in 8 years. All you're doing is there and fucking sitting there. I even think right. Now, don't quote me on this. I've never been to jail, but I even think whether you're in the male prison or the female prison or whatever you're doing, if you're going to spend a long time in there, I think you'd probably get up board. You'd be like, "Do you think I should just try it?"
I think most people must try it at some point, innit?
I think boredom would get, curiosity would get to you.
Imagine doing a full stretch in the slammer. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I would quite like the routine. Up in the morning, same time, straight to your bed at the same time. No stress, no hassle.
Well, she basically, I think to myself, well, those prison girls that have been there for a long time are quite nifty with making things. Do you know what I mean? Like, they actually, like, they make quite a lot, make makeup and that out of, like, fucking ink that comes off a newspaper. So I'm sure one of them's definitely engineered some sort of, like, DIY vibrator.
Aye, DIY dildo.
Surely.
They just all have to take turns using the TV batteries.
Oh yeah. Or do you think like they get like one special thing, or do you think like, see when they get like prison tokens and that, do you think like they're like the batteries must be just fucking constantly out of stock?
I don't know, man, because I actually wonder, like,
or like, see, your family's allowed to bring you certain things in.
Well,
So
that's
do you think
what I was
somebody's allowed to give you a
wondering.
dildo?
Are you allowed to get sex toys?
Or are you just not allowed to masturbate because you're in prison? You should not be allowed to masturbate. But then no,
You
because
can't taking away your right to wank. I've
is your
got a right to wank.
Is that you're going to give up your right to wank too?
No, that's no
But then
way,
if you're
that's-
sharing a cell, do you think it's just like common knowledge? Like if you're sharing a cell, like we're wanking bro together, this isn't
No,
gay.
I think that's got to be in it.
It's got to be. You'd get fed up having the covers
Two
over
bros
you.
chilling in the
But you
jail
get a cover?
cell,
Oh, I don't know. I've
5
got
feet
so many
apart 'cause
questions.
it's not gay.
I've got so many questions, but obviously we're different in every country and different prisons and all that probably as well, innit? But I Miss Gypsy, she's fucking been up and at it. Roundstone Cowboy. I don't really know what she's doing, to be honest, but I fucking see you later, Ryan, by the way. But
See you
fair
later,
enough to her.
Ryan.
I think she's probably got to. She's pumped the life out of Ryan. He's too warm for her. She likes a cold room. She said, fuck that. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he can't even keep up with the pace as well. Maybe a baby girl's like a fucking rampant rabbit. So then she's moved on to wee fucking Slick Rick, who's like
Her ex-man.
Her ex-man, who we don't know if he's got criminal convictions or whatever, but we don't know.
No, I think he did have
Oh,
something.
my titties are sore.
Why?
Just like my muscles behind it. I should have wore a bra and all that. Aye, but I wonder if she might just pump the life out of him and leave him at the side of the road like a fucking empty sack tea and then move on to the next because she's been in the jail for 8 years.
I don't know, man.
That's
think
what I
Gypsy
think
Rose
anyway.
is probably going to have a wild first few years out of jail because just all of her circumstances, the fact that she kind of like, obviously, I don't know how long it was before she found out her mum was lying to her between that and then her
as
mum
well,
being
there's
dead.
certain rules as well that you're not allowed to like profit off of your crimes and all that.
Yeah, that's
so
what
I
I've
don't really
always
get how the
thought.
fuck she's ended up with a book, a documentary, a life, like a fucking this, that,
Well,
next
I
thing.
always
Is
thought
she
that maybe
getting paid
that's
for
why
it?
the husband was there because maybe they could pay him.
Oh yeah,
I
maybe they
thought
could
that.
actually pay him instead.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea how this works, but I'm pretty sure there's.
Or I
there is
don't
some
know,
sort
or
of
maybe
rule.
like they have to like get approval from like the parole officer to like maybe the parole officer is like an executive producer on the show and they have to
Yeah.
like be like, no, you can't put that and you can put that in this, that, the next thing. But I do think there was like gossip going about that basically that's how she had to come off of social media and kind of like pull the reins and things like that because like that was risking her getting put back in jail. She was like not really looking empathetic for her crimes and things like that. I'm like, what the fuck do you want her to do? To be
Oh, I
honest.
don't know.
But
Every
yeah.
day going live at the same time.
I kind of think
like,
the
I'm
audience
really
has kind of
sorry.
turned a bit sour in it. It's kind of like they've went for being making all the it girl and like, do you know what I mean? Take a shot for fucking Gypsy Rose and things like that.
See, for me, it should have never been that way. I was never on that
Get
team. where
loose.
it's like,
what was it?
"Woohoo,
What
go
was, the,
Gypsy."
what was the thing? Get loose for Gypsy Rose? No. What was it?
I've completely missed this. I have no idea what you're
There
on
was a
about.
chant that when she got out, people were going out drinking and they were saying, I'm getting. Oh, let's get tipsy for Gypsy. That's what it is. Let's get tipsy. So there's no more let's get tipsy for Miss Gypsy. It's like.
For me, it probably shouldn't have been that way anyway. I obviously.
But she's also aged a lot in the last few weeks. I'm not going to lie. Listen, baby girl
Yeah,
needs to
because
get a fucking
she's in the
brand deal
makeup,
with her.
she's in the nose, she's on everything, man. She's at.
She did say she was addicted to drugs in jail, aye, so I'm just thinking to myself, what drugs?
And I don't know if I
Me?
should say this, but I don't think that our new boyfriend looks like he wouldn't do drugs.
I'm also saying that I wouldn't say no to a bag.
Aye.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just
not
saying
it,
that
but
if he
listen to
woke up-
somebody. I'm not saying I never took any hardcore drugs. No, I mean, would ever? Yeah, but nothing like life threatening, right? Well, I don't know. Anyway, I just know a fucking party animal when I see it. And Gypsy Rosie's man looks as if he'd snorty under a table. So I think Gypsy might not be getting tipsy with Gypsy. Might be staying awake in a bender for a week with Miss Gypsy.
Aye.
Who knows what she's up to?
No, eyes wide awake with Gypsy.
Aye. She could have looked like gangster lit on the back of that bike with the fucking silver caps.
It's
and
so
her
funny,
teeth.
isn't it, as well, and then them two smoking fags outside the sex store, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Or was it the
You
sex
can
store?
get no. The sex store was Jojo Siwa.
Oh my god, I know this
she
been
was
that
the one
much.
that was in the market and hanging out with that.
Yeah,
with the
when
thing.
she was coming at the sex store with a toy. Oh, get over
God.
yourself.
Yeah, well, that's another scandal as well. The Brit Smith. So Brit Smith is actually the original person who was fucking singing the "Karma's a Bitch" song, and actually watched the interview. And basically, what she said was that she was working with the label that wrote the song, obviously that gave it to Jojo. This was like 10 years ago, whatever. But they actually decided like they didn't want her to use that that was meant to be her first debut single, and they didn't want her to use that as her debut single. So what they did was they chose another song, and then after she'd done her debut single, she basically took a massive break from being an artist for like fucking years. But apparently she still had the rights, this, that, next thing to do it. And then she's sitting on this fucking interview trying to act like, oh yeah, I mean now it's just like the right time. Like, aye baby, it's the right time because Jojo just done it a week ago.
Aye,
but I
I
just
know.
don't know why the fuck. I don't know what Jojo's playing at. Like, who in her PR team is telling her like, yeah, go in there, tell them like how you had 6 different versions of the song you wrote, and the all talking shite, mate,
Why
because you
have you
never
done
wrote the
that?
fucking song.
And not only that, but since she's brought out Karma, she's been doing like a little PR tour around all the clubs and pubs in LA. And she's been debuting new songs, and they're not her songs either.
No.
So
But she's like, oh my god, I wrote this one about my ex, and then it's still more drama coming out that it's no her.
yeah, so basically the same girl obviously released it on TikTok. I think we might have mentioned this in the pod anyway, but it's just, yeah, I'm
Her
not.
delusion is hardcore, and I love it. So fair enough to her in it.
But I think Brit Smith's actually outcharted Jojo,
Yeah.
Miss Jojo Siwa.
Jojo Siwa sad, mate. That's what she is, literally in it.
Well, basically, so basically Jojo's still acting in up to Gypsy's a bit tipsy.
And Gypsy's wanting new tea, so if MD knows Gypsy personally, somebody tell her that Turkey does brilliant deals and she'll definitely be able to get a brand deal over there. So if she can, ask her parole officer if she can go to Turkey for a new set of teeth. She'll love that.
The parole officer can come with.
She should, and she got a nose job done, so I'm thinking to myself, Gypsy, how much was the nose job in? Because you actually could have went to Turkey
And get them both done.
and the flights in a nice hotel as well, and you could have
And
took
2
your new
weeks
boyfriend
all
as well.
inclusive
You could have
for
took your
you and
new
your
man.
man.
Aye.
2 weeks all inclusive.
Why is
you
nobody
and
told
him
her about
up and
Turkey?
down the water slides, and then finishing it halfway with nose job and a set of teeth.
So Gypsy Hen, get to Turkey. That's her advice for the day. But yeah, anyway, if you're a big fucking slag, stay being a big slag and be fucking proud of it. And if you're a prude, be a fucking prude, be proud to act it. And if I don't know if you just want to tell everybody to fuck off, then do it respectfully. This has been another episode. Keep liking and subscribing and favourite it, 5-star it, share it with your friends. All the bullshit.
Road
Thanks,
to
Oceanlea, for
1,000
subs. Road to 1,000 subs. Somebody keeps playing with my ass because every time I keep on going up a sub, somebody else subscribes. So stop doing that. Stop doing that. Whoever's doing
And
that.
also, one thing to the man who thinks that
We got first hate comment. Woo! So to that guy, this one's for you.
love you, babes.
Guess one of us has a badge.
Guess which one has a vagina. Bye, driver. Bye.
So I packed up my bags with a dream in my heart. A dream made for me with no clue where to start.